Well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, people. If you are here, if you came here for the night of the samurai, NAOYA INOUE versus versus Alan David Picasso. If you're here for Junto Nakatani versus Sebastian Hernandez, you've come to the right place. This is REED-BBS, BBS. Black Burt Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Boxing SME, Subject Matter Expert. Welcome to the live stream. I'll be narrating. We just finished. So what had happened was the IBF super flyweight title fight between champion Willibaldo Garcia and challenger Kenshiro Taraji was canceled. Garcia, he made the initial weigh-in, but if you know, the IBF has two weigh-ins. And the champion Garcia could not make the, I don't know, it's like 10 pounds, something that you can't gain. It's something to that effect that the IBF has specifically. Garcia couldn't make the secondary weigh-in, so his bout was canceled, scratched altogether. So everything was pushed up. There was a bout with Tiger Imanaga, a highly touted Japanese prospect. He lost, by the way, on a decision. That bout became the lead-in on the pay-per-view. And now we're about to get right to Junto Nakatani and Sebastian Hernandez. They just finished the Tiger Imanaga fight, so it'll be a few minutes. And then we'll have Nakatani and Hernandez walking to the ring. But yeah, let's have some fun, man. We got two fights, two of my favorites. Of course, Naoya Inoue, if you've seen my videos, he's my favorite current fighter. But Junto is climbing that list. He's not quite on my faves list, but I do like watching him, and I do see his potential for greatness. But we'll get more into that as this live stream continues. Right now, they're showing some commercials on the zone. Yeah. So what's good? Talk to me, people. We'll do some house cleaning things. I will be blowing my nose quite a bit. Shout out to Bud Zero. Still waiting on that sponsorship. Budweiser Zero. So yeah, if you would check out my pre-fight video, I dropped it about 5-6 hours ago, something like that. 5-6 hours ago, something like that. Who's counting? You know, we've got two good fights, 2 pound-for-pounders about to fight. Not each other, but in separate fights. They'll be fighting each other if all goes to plan. If they do their thing this evening in Saudi Arabia, wherever the hell they're at. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. If all goes to plan, we'll get Nakatani versus Inouye probably May of 2026 in a fight that we all want to see. Anytime you can get pound-for-pounders together, yeah, we're for that. We are for that. But yeah, let me dot some I's and cross some T's. In the meantime, no one is walking to the ring or anything. And the way I do live streams, of course, I can't show any of the fights, so don't even ask. It'll get the stream disabled. I'll probably get a strike from YouTube, which we definitely don't want. But I will do my best to describe the action I may or may not score the rounds for you. I'll give you my opinion of each round, make no mistake. But I don't typically do scorecards per se. You know, I'm here to describe the action, to enjoy it myself and describe it to you. That's what that is. That's what that is. Right now they're hyping Ring 6, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. That's going to be another good card. That's going to be another good card. I still don't trust Teofimo completely. He's just out there on some goofy shit. And I don't trust him to not in some way fuck this up. I hope he doesn't. I want to see the fight. You know, don't get it twisted. Shakur Stevenson is also one of my 5 or 10 favorites, and I want this big fight for Shakur. I think Fimo is a good matchup for him. He's dangerous. There's the threat there, and I'm interested to see which Shakur will show up. If it's the more mobile Shakur who's accused of running, as he did against Edwin De Los Santos, or the real Shakur, not the one we saw in his last fight against William Zepeda, where he dumbed down his style. He stood in the pocket too long, but he wanted to prove a point against a volume puncher like Zepeda, and he did. He beat Zepeda at his own game. He took more shots than we're accustomed to. He laid on the ropes and got caught with some shots, way more than we're accustomed to. He could not afford to do that against Teofimo Lopez. But enough about that. That's a whole different fight for a whole different live stream in a whole different month in a whole different year, 2026. We here on some Inouye Nakatani shit. Their final, they're being showcased here. Final time appearing together. I'm hoping after they both win, we'll get some time in the ring, little photo ops of them standing side by side and shit. That usually happens after Inouye fights whomever was slated as his next opponent. They'll typically bring him to the ring. I wouldn't see any reason why they would not do that in this case also. But we shall see. I'll give you the trunk colors, the glove colors, all that. All that. That's how we get down, man. That's how we get down. The NAOYA INOUE versus Picasso, JUNTO NAKATANI versus Hernandez live stream. Narrated by REED-BBS. BBS. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the rest of that other card, Keyshawn Davis, Jermaine Ortiz, Shushu Carrington, Carlos Castro, Carlos Adames, Austin Williams, Big Baby Miller versus Kingsley eBay. Pretty decent card. Pretty decent card. Now, I will say, Ring 5, this one that I'm live streaming now, was $39.99. So, how much we talking for Ring 6, man? How much we talking? Are we going to stay in the $39.99 range? Or we going to charge more because it's an American pay-per-view? What we doing? You let me know. You let me know. NT-Way. We dotting I's, we crossing T's. REED-BBS, BBS. REED-BBS, BBS. REED-BBS. Please smash the like button on your way in. And if you want to comment, tell me where you're from. Start your comments with where you're from. I like to get a gauge of who people are, where they're from, things of that sort. Or don't tell me anything about yourself. You know, have it your way, Burger King. Have it your way. I gotta do what I gotta do. So I gotta do what I gotta do and break your heart. I don't wanna see her cry, but it's hard to live a lie. Ooh, Lord. So it's 6 a.m. here in Dallas, Texas, and yeah, my singing voice is still sleeping, apparently. But the intent is always there. The intent is always there. Though I love the girl, I know that the best thing is for us to be apart. All right. All right. FYI, like I said, these are showcase fights. I'm not expecting either bout, Nakatani versus Sebastian Hernandez, nor NAOYA INOUE versus Alan David Picasso. Not expecting either bout to go beyond 5 rounds. My official prediction was Nakatani in 5 or less, Inouye in 4 or less, and bet on less. I'm taking the lower. In the over-under, I'm taking the under. Under 5 rounds for Nakatani, under 4 rounds for Inouye. Final answer. They're now showing Bam Rodriguez highlights, and I'm sure they're talking about now the implications with the IBF and Willibaldo Garcia missing the second weigh-in. I believe that vacates the IBF title. Not sure what their plan is. Kenshiro Taraji ended up not getting his title shot. I don't know if they awarded him the belt outright. I doubt that they would do that. I'm sure they vacated. So does Bam and Taraji fight? What does this do for Andrew Maloney, who's the IBF mandatory and has been and said he's not stepping aside? I would turn the volume up just to hear what they're saying about it, but I won't. I don't want to fuck up my stream like that. So that'll be food for thought for a later video. The implications and what Bam, whoa, Bam, what he might do next. Junto Nakatani is now walking to the ring. He has a shimmery silver with patches all over him, silver ring robe, hooded ring robe. He's not wearing the hood, but it's a hoodie, I can tell. Looks like he's got white gloves, white or silver gloves. Junto Nakatani, Big Bang, Nakatani. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I gotta do what I gotta do. And break your heart. Let's see. Tail of the tape. That was the quickest tail of the tape. As soon as I looked at it, it was gone. Okay, maybe I looked too late. Maybe I looked too late. Maybe. And now Hernandez of Mexico is walking to the ring. Looks like he's got a camouflage pattern. Little camo action, maybe. No, not really. It's green and brown, but no. I don't know if it's maybe something cultural. It's camo colored. Well, it's the color of camo, like I said, the browns, the greens, and whatnot. But yet the pattern is not. It's an interesting look. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And if it means you come into war, I'm all for it. We got 2 undefeated men in this one, by the way. 2 undefeateds. Hernandez is 20-0, 18 KOs. Nakatani, I believe, is 31-0, 24 KOs. Former 3-weight world champion. Flyweight, super flyweight, and bantamweight. Former unified bantamweight champion. He just vacated that a couple months ago. And he's moving on up. Georgian Wheezy moving on up to 122 to get this super fight with NAOYA INOUE. And this is his intro fight, his tune-up, testing the waters at super bantam before just jumping straight in with the monster. I don't blame him either. Let's make sure shit is what we think it is at this weight. And then we do what we do. And then we do what we do. All right. We are officially sharing the stream. Mark H., my man. What is good, my brother? Mark H., good morning to you, sir. Well, it's probably not morning in Aussie land. I think both will go to mid-late rounds. Okay. What's good? What is good? Junto. Okay, so the front of his ring robe was like silverish glitter. It's all glittery. The front of it was silver. The back of it appears to be red. Okay. I'm not mad at the color scheme. I'm not. Both fighters are in the ring. I love how relaxed Nakatani always looks. You can't tell if he's hanging out with some kids and his children or some shit or going to fight a man. Like, you can never tell just by his expression. Let's position my device, my viewing device. On that note, I'm kind of an old school guy. I would always rather watch boxing or sports in general on a television on my big screen. But, you know, whatever. I have issues converting my DAZN app to the TV. So, you know, I'm going to watch the fight regardless. So if I have to over the phone, that is what that is. But, yeah. Yeah. Sebastian Hernandez. Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, with a record of 20-0, 18 by KO. I watched footage of him, very standard, stereotypical Mexican fighter. He comes forward, high guard, very, by comparison, he's very slow and deliberate. No special effects here. 20-0, 18 KOs, it suggests he can punch, but that's against the level of opposition that he's faced. You know, we'll see what it is if and when he can land on Nakatani. 31-0, 24 KOs. He just doesn't have a mean face. Whereas Inouye, anytime on fight night they show him, it's pretty much kind of a scowl. Nakatani doesn't have as threatening a look. I mean, looks don't mean shit in that way, but just his look in general is that of relaxation, not anger necessarily. The men are center ring, getting the ref's final instructions. Yeah, Nakatani is clearly taller in the ring. Hernandez was listed as taller on BoxRec. He was 5'9", and thought he'd be taller than Nakatani, but he is not. Here we go, round one about to begin. Ding. Nakatani, front of his trunks are red, back of his trunks silver. He comes out pawing and immediately throws a left cross, southpaw cross. Hernandez isn't pressing forward. He's got the high guard. He's circling. Nakatani's dictating. And typically Nakatani will let you get off and look to counter. But in this case, he's wanting to introduce himself. Southpaw jabs. Nakatani already got his legs spread wide to get power on the shots. He's looking to do damage early, kind of like he did his last fight against Ryusuke Nishida, the bantamweight unification bout. He's starting to circle more and give ground Nakatani. He's still probing with that jab. And now Hernandez is beginning to come forward. Uppercut from Nakatani misses, but he threw it. Left and a right hook to the body, Nakatani. He's been starting quicker lately. Like I said, his last fight started quicker. Hey, Reed, let's go. Yes, sir, Mark. Thank you for joining me, sir. Thank you for joining me. Left hand from Nakatani. He's going to start eating that body up soon because Hernandez has an exceptionally high guard. Winky Wright would be impressed. Hernandez just following. They clinch. We got 50-something seconds left in the round. Jab, Nakatani. Left cross. He's trying to break through the guard. He's got that high and tight guard. He's going to come to the body hard in a second. Like with that same punch he got Astrolabio with. And stab to the body. Left cross to the body. He's been throwing it upstairs. He's going to come downstairs with it soon. We'll see how Mr. Hernandez takes it. Good uppercut, Junto. Junto just held the jab hand out there and tried to blind him and come with a looping left hand. One round in the books. One round in the books. Again, my prediction was Nakatani in 4 or less for this bout. There was no indication of such in the first round. Nakatani initially started pretty quickly. Wasn't really able to break through Hernandez's high guard and therefore didn't hurt or impact him at all. He won the round. He just didn't damage him at all. Getting ready for round two. Hernandez is orthodox, by the way. Yep, there's a whipping left hand to the body from Nakatani, followed by a left uppercut. Nakatani's back aggressive again. He's not giving ground. Got those legs spread wide. He's trying to get some power on it, on these left hands. A little feint. He could really get him with a right hook to the body. That guard is very high. Like, he's got all kind of ribs and shit exposed. It's coming. He's giving the body. He's like, look, what you're not going to do is hit me with no hard headshot. That's what's not going to happen. But that's giving all the body away. Pawing jabs from Nakatani. Their heads are getting real close. They need to watch them heads as they engage. Southpaw and orthodox. We don't want no head cuts, no clashes of heads. We don't want nothing that could put Nakatani on the shelf and prolong May 2026. We don't want nothing getting in the way of that. Nice right hook, Nakatani. He's barely been hit. He's catching whatever Hernandez throws back is catching Nakatani on the arms. I haven't seen a headshot come close to not. Or and as soon as I say that, Hernandez misses. Nakatani ducked under a left hook. Right hand might have just got in from Hernandez. Are my words juicing you up? You heard me, so you wanted to say something? Big left hand from Nakatani. As soon as Hernandez, he heard me, was getting more aggressive. He opened up more. Nakatani made him pay. Left hand to the body from Nakatani. Hernandez getting rough now. They're in a clinch. He got that forearm kind of up under Nakatani's neck a little bit. Good uppercut, Nakatani. Hernandez is bringing more pressure after fielding some heavy shots. He's not the taste of those shots hasn't made his aggression lessen. 2 rounds in the book. Very easy round to score. 2-0 Nakatani. Not that Hernandez was here trying to win a decision no damn way. Nakatani landed more shots in round 2. Still hasn't seemed to damage. It's going to take a combination of shots, I think. Nakatani's hit him with single shots here and there. Really no effect. It's going to take combinations. We did land a nice left hook. Kind of rocked Hernandez on his heels. It was a catch and shoot left hook. Hernandez landed on gloves and boom, same hand, left hook. Same hand he caught it on. Boop. Round 3. Nakatani staying at close range. I would be shocked if Nakatani came out aggressively against Inouye. I think we'll see more of a counter-punching Nakatani once he's in there with Inouye. Nice short right hook from Nakatani. Starting to get inside that high guard. You got to earn headshots against Hernandez. Because, boy, them gloves is glued to his goddamn head. Okay, nice left hook from Hernandez. Left hook and an uppercut, a left hook and a right, it was a left cross, right uppercut from Nakatani. They're trading shots now in center ring. Nice right hand from Hernandez. He's getting more aggressive. He's felt the power. He's not dissuaded. He's not winning at all, but he's there. He's letting Nakatani know he's there. Left hand was just short. Nakatani dipped and fired the left cross as Hernandez walked in. I couldn't tell if it landed or fell just short of the chin. Nakatani getting off more shots, changing angles. Good left hand, Nakatani. Hernandez is opening up more. He gets in close. He's banging away at the body and just letting his hands go. 3 rounds in the book. So thus far, after seeing 3 rounds of Nakatani at 122 pounds, we can ask if the power is carrying with him. Because he's landing shots. He looks the same. He's landing shots that would normally get more of a reaction from these bantamweights and these super flyweights and these flyweights he was fighting. You know, we're still way early in this fight and in Junto's super bantamweight career, but I will say this. If he can't hurt Inouye, he's in trouble. If he can't hurt Inouye, earn that respect with his own power, he's in trouble in that super fight. The only way I see Inouye Nakatani going the distance is if one of them is hurt and plays it safe. And I don't see either man really doing that. Uppercuts Junto. We're in round 4, by the way. Hernandez is right there on him. Junto pushes him off. Good body shot. Hernandez is letting them hands go on the inside. He's just chopping away. He's not damaging Junto. He's not winning any portion of any round, but he's there. He's saying, hey, little guy, hey, you little, you fucking bantamweight, I'm here. I ain't beating you, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here. I said Junto 4 or less. We're in round 4. And like I keep saying, there's been no indication that he could hurt this man as of yet. Maybe it's going to take some rounds. My man Mark said he thinks both will go mid to late rounds. So here we go. Here we go. We're almost to that mid. Junto opening the book up. Jabs, southpaw jabs, left crosses, right hooks. He's going upstairs. He's going downstairs. Just landed another right hook. And he's circling to his own right, Junto is. Pivoting, circling to his own right. Good uppercut, Junto. Because he's doing that because Hernandez is trying to crowd him. Walking straight through the front door, trying to crowd him. Get in close to let his own hands go. He's a very busy fighter. You know, like I said, typical Mexican style. And especially with Rudy Hernandez as his trainer and as much time. Ooh, good left uppercut from Hernandez. Probably his best punch of the fight. Junto took it well, but he took it. He's now backing Junto to the ropes, doing a lot of body work too. Hernandez didn't have much to say in the pre-fight other than "I'll try my best" type of shit. But yeah, he's bringing ass. Again, he's not winning. I don't want to suggest that he even won that round. He came close to winning that round, if any others, though, among any others. I still wouldn't give him that round, but he did his best work. Hernandez did in that particular round. 4 rounds deep. Uppercut. And then over. He went up, he went under and over with the left. That's what you call an educated left hand. Standing right there with the man. Good shit. Good shit, Junto. That's some pound for pound shit. He didn't hurt him at all, though, but it was good to watch. Nice, strong left hand to the body. Yeah, he's really attacking the body to start round 6, I believe this is. No, this is round 5, my bad. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Junto Nakatani. Stopped astrolabio to the body. Every belt at bantamweight, yeah, probably. Sauce in all competition. Wasabi. Jabs. He is really looking for that left uppercut as Hernandez walks in with the high guard. Lead uppercuts, no less. Ooh, good hook to the body from Junto. He was looking a bit winded at the end of 4. He came out fresh in round 5. Junto did. The zone gave Hernandez round 4. I'm not mad at that. Gave Junto the first 3 rounds. This is the first round I've arguably seen Junto lose. I got on his bandwagon about 6, 7 fights ago. He got my attention with that Maloney KO. And ever since then, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Hernandez trying to smother. There's no trickery to Hernandez. He seems tough, though. He hadn't wobbled. Very rarely taking back steps. Good right hand from Hernandez. Junto against the ropes. Another right hand from Hernandez. He's doing some good work this round, Hernandez is. He's getting the worst of the action, but he's in the action. That's going to be another round. Hell, DAZN gave him the last round. That might be a round they give to Hernandez. Let me go to the bathroom. Be right back. Oh. Round 6 coming up. Round 6. Round 6. Wife got it chilly in this motherfucker. Put on my hood. 2 minutes left in round 6. Oh. Good left hook from Hernandez. He's not beating Junto, but I will say he's making Junto uncomfortable. He is doing that. Ref letting Junto push off. Trying to keep from getting crowded. Ooh, good left hook from Junto. It made Hernandez momentarily freeze in place, but now he's back chopping away. I ain't seeing enough jabs from Junto. He's looking to get off lead shots as Hernandez walks in. There you go. He's back pawing with it at least. Stick something out there. Stick something out there. You ain't got to throw the jab to land it necessarily, but just stick it. Ooh, good right hand from Hernandez. This is already the most competitive fight I've seen Nakatani in. Again, Hernandez ain't winning, and not anything crazy, but just he's there. He's competitive, and he has a very good work rate. Junto just opened up, backed Hernandez up a bit with a flurry of shots. It was one of those, I'm sick of this type of flurries. Like, God damn it, back up off me. One of them type of flurries. There's no doubt Junto's hit him at this point with his best shots. Not a lot of headshots yet, but the body work is bringing down that high guard of Hernandez. That overly high guard. My man Gloves was coming damn near to the back of his head. His guard was so high at first. It's about here now. Junto's body work has brought it down. Very lively and competitive round 6. Oh, by the way, the wall. Y'all like my wall today? So we got the Night of the Samurai poster. Well, most of them are Night of the Samurai posters. This is the one that's been seen most prominently. We got another version of it over here in blue. Of course, we got the Junto Nakatani NAOYA INOUE Ring Magazine cover here. This picture here is when they were at the Japan Boxing Awards. And this was last year, 2024, and they verbally agreed to fight each other. Yeah, and then we got Picasso and Inouye dressed up as samurais. Yeah, you know, I try to do a little something. My YouTube budget ain't on par with other people, but my channel is younger than theirs, so we're getting there. It's a tough fight for Junto. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he's I mean, you wanted to test the waters at 22. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, he's getting crowded and he can't really. He's hitting this dude with his shit, but he's not getting the reaction that he's used to getting. I would totally agree, Mark. And since we're just in round 7, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're just in round 7. It's going to test Junto's cardio for certain. It's going to test his cardio. Good uppercut, Junto. He's moving a lot now, sticking and moving. Junto is. It's not a bad idea. He's winning the fight, but he has been fighting Hernandez's fight up to this point, and Hernandez was warming to the task. So, yeah, let's circle a little bit more, stick and move type shit. Tough, stubborn Mexican fighter. There ain't nothing special or fancy about him. But goddamn it, yeah, he's a tough dude. They just sitting there chopping away. Now Junto's back to fighting Hernandez's fight in the pocket, chopping away at each other. Get off them ropes, Junto. 2 right hooks got Hernandez's attention a bit. Junto spun off the ropes. He just let Hernandez walk right in. You got to jab him or something. Right hook from Hernandez. Another right hook from Hernandez. I hope Junto doesn't punch himself out trying to go mano a mano with this dude. Inouye gloving up. I don't like the hair color, the latest hair color Inouye got. It's not blonde or platinum. He's got the normal K-pop looking, the boy band, as I call it, hairstyle. But the color, I don't like. The color makes Inouye look about 5 years older than he actually goddamn is. He looks like he's in his late 30s. Hairstyle, I'm good with that. I don't like that color. And I've been thinking that all fight week when they've shown him. I'm like, hey, what's up with that hair color? My man looks older. It'd be one thing if he was 19, 20 years old still, then yeah, you'd want to look a little older. But not when you in 32, 33 years old, which is pretty goddamn old for a lower weight fighter. Come on, Junto. Yeah, I was way off on this one, picking a KO. I saw the deliberate style of Hernandez and thought, yeah, Junto picks these dudes apart. And he has. He just hasn't been able to hurt this guy. or to keep him off of him. Fight one, we can say that the power has not traveled up to 122 from 118 with Junto Nakatani. It has not. Is it because Hernandez has a great beard? He ain't fought nobody, but I mean, he's undefeated. So, and he's fighting like a man that does not want to relinquish his O. He's been landing looping right hands high to Nakatani's head. As Nakatani's pulling away, they're catching him. Them shots are catching him high on the head. Nakatani's winning, but he's made to look uncomfortable in such a way that you don't know how the judges are looking or how the judges are scoring it. Now, granted, Riyadh season card, we all know what we want to see in May, so I don't see any suspicious judging getting in the way of this fight. Round 8, Nakatani back on the ropes. He spins off. Yeah, you got to throw more jabs, bro. You can't just let this dude walk in. I know one thing. He's not doing himself any favors, Junto, in terms of any people that was sitting on the fence about, hey, who's going to win? Inouye, Nakatani. Any fence sitters, they're now going to go to the Inouye side of that equation with their bets and their prognostications. That's for sure. I've always thought that Inouye would win, but I said if any guy could move up, if any fighter could move up and beat Inouye, it would be Nakatani. I said that because he's taller than Inouye. He's got longer limbs. And I thought his power would travel better. And it hasn't. It's one fight in, and again, maybe Hernandez just has a great chin, great punch resistance. With body shot Nakatani. He's hitting him with all of his shit, Nakatani is. In that way, it's a typical Nakatani fight. But yeah, he's not getting the reaction that he's used to. And sometimes that can fuck with a dude's head. You hit a man with your best shit and don't nothing happen. Then you have this, you have a long night. And that's where we are. What is this, round 9? Yeah, we're in round 9. And at this point, this has got 12 rounds written all over it. Yeah, I'm sure Inouye is liking what he's seeing. If he's watching any of this fight, he's liking it. Because if you can't hurt NAOYA INOUE, you ain't beating him. You ain't beating him. Whoever beats Inouye, for one, I think will be a bigger man, or at least have longer limbs than him. And he's going to have to stop Inouye. Because Inouye bringing so much ass and so much firepower, he's going to make you fight him off of him. pattern has kind of developed in this fight. Oh, good left hook from Hernandez. And a good right hand from Hernandez. I think I see a mark, an abrasion. I don't know if it's a bruise or a scratch on Junto's left cheek. Hernandez plugging away. Tough essay. Junto looking a little weary in this round. Looking a little bit weary. Shit starting to get interesting. We got 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12 coming up. Finish strong, Junto. Finish strong, Junto. Junto hit him with uppercuts and right hands that round. They was going to war. Good exchanges. And you can get caught up in the shots that Junto is getting hit with and not give him credit. Like he's hitting this dude 2 and 3 shots to 1. So he's winning the rounds, winning the fight. But to see him winging away, and then he gets caught with a shot. We're not used to seeing that. I'm not used to seeing that in Junto Nakatani bouts. So I'm probably describing more of Hernandez's work, but he's not winning the fight, just to be clear. Junto is. So Coppinger has given Hernandez the last 4 rounds. He gave Junto the first 5 rounds, and he's given Hernandez the last 4 rounds. I don't know about that. I think he's just rewarding Hernandez for coming forward. Yes, he's making Junto look uncomfortable. But again, if this man is firing off 3 shots, he's hitting you with 2 and 3 shots for every one you hit him with. He's beating you. He's winning that round. We know boxing is subjective, though, and I'm not here to beat up Coppinger's scorecard. Junto ain't lost the last 4 fucking rounds, though. Like, come on, dude. He's not looking impressive. That's for damn sure. If anyone wanted to use this particular fight as a measuring stick for Inouye, yeah, he ain't measuring up to this point. He ain't measuring up. And if he can't hold Inouye off any better than he's holding off Hernandez, yeah, he's in trouble. He is in a world of trouble against Inouye. He's just moving, looking to create punching angles and space. But yeah, if he wasn't hurting Hernandez then, he's not hurting Hernandez now. Hernandez has no regard for Junto's power anymore. He's coming in, walking in defiantly and winging away. Now, Hernandez, I got him winning this particular round. He's doing a lot more work than Junto is. Banging away on the ropes. Okay, Junto. We got 11 and 12 coming up, I think. How you scoring this, Mark? Talk to me, Mark H. Carpenter's given. Carpenter's given. He's given Hernandez shit like the last 4 rounds, and he'll probably give Hernandez this past round, round 10. I gave him the 10th myself. Finish strong, Junto. Rudy Hernandez is having a not a panicked or an urgent conversation, but he's you can tell he's imparting something into Junto. He's telling him some shit. Junto's his right eye swelling pretty bad. Don't fuck up the biggest fight in Japanese history. Too much grease or something on Hernandez. They wiped it off. Now we start the 11th. 2 rounds left. Hernandez is very confident, opening up with both hands. He's busier than Junto. Come on, Junto. You're losing this round, sir. Shit could be slipping away. Shit, he's outlanded. Well, he's almost outlanded Junto. 182 to 191. Thrown almost 300 more punches, 200 more punches. Punch stats don't win fights, though. Who's doing the cleaner work? The problem is the fact that we're even debating this. The fact that I can't tell you Coppinger is out of his goddamn mind for scoring the last 4 or 5 rounds for Hernandez. I didn't, but I can't sit here and tell you I don't know what the fuck he's watching. Get off them ropes, Junto. If you're gonna hang on the ropes, at least fire some shots. Don't just sit on the bottom rope and let him get off. He's losing this round for certain to this point. Minute 10 left. You got to do something dramatic to take this round. Take round 11. Yeah, that right eye is getting more and more swollen. Junto holding. Good left hook from Hernandez. Junto can't see him coming no more because of that eye. Hernandez should be throwing more left hooks, honestly. Good uppercut, Junto. He's getting off a lot of shots. He won around 11 for sure. Hernandez won 10 and 11 for certain. Come on, Junto. Biggest fight in Japanese history, bruh. It's right there. It's right there. Go get it. Got to have this last round. Never thought I'd be sitting there saying this. Junto has to have this last round. He was doing some good work there. Just activity. Good uppercut. Right hand, left hand. Mm. 12th and final round. This round could determine the fight, man. For real, for real. And if Junto Nakatani loses, if I'm Inouye, I just go straight to 26. Fuck it. I go straight to 26, dude. Because now Nakatani is a diminished. He's a diminished fighter at this point. His beating him won't mean as much for Inouye the way this is going. Mark say Junto barely up, but he getting hurt more though. He's getting the worst of it for damn sure. This is this is eye-opening. He needs his last round bad. Coppinger gave Junto the 10th. Junto didn't win the 10th round. Junto moving, good left hand, Junto. Southpaw 1-2. Win the round, Junto. You're letting them get off too much. Get off them ropes. Yeah, hold, make the ref break you, reset, jab, jab. Sometimes it's the simplest shit. Good combination from Junto. Take the round. Win the round, Junto. Win the round. Win the round. Whatever you do, win this goddamn round. This shit here got close. And I had the audacity, the unmitigated goal to pick Junto by a 4th round KO. Hernandez looked like his right eye's fucked up too. Junto just trying to make it to the finish line at this point, and Hernandez is energized by how uncomfortable Junto is looking. Hernandez going crazy these last seconds. Yeah, spin off, Junto. How about a jab, Junto? He needs to throw a more authoritative jab. Good body shot, Junto. And that's it. Junto's right eye fucked up. Hernandez, same kind of swollen, fucked up right eye. Hernandez is a tough ass dude. Junto looked the worse for wear. Junto decision though. Good left hook, right hand. Yeah, this was not the best look for Junto in his first fight at 22. He was always going to be an underdog against Inouye. He's going to be a major, heavy underdog if he gets this decision. If he doesn't get the decision, then that whole fight is off. If Junto don't win this fight, Inouye just go to 26. Fuck 22. You're only hanging out for Junto any goddamn way. This is why we watch the fights, though. I can do prediction videos till I'm blue in the face. Motherfuckers got to fight the fights. Who won? Wow. The fan zone, fan voting had Hernandez winning 60-40. 60% had Hernandez winning. I think that's the fans getting caught up in the surprise and the emotion. Coppinger has it a draw. Wow. Ooh, Coppinger has it a draw. Huh. I mean, let's see how these judges scored, man. Even a draw at this point, the May biggest fight in Japanese history has been compromised a bit. It's been compromised a bit already. Won't even know the scorecards. Close fight. Inouye's team said he might go straight to 26. Hernandez sparred Inouye, so they knew he's tough. Okay. Can always count on you for insight, Mark. I did not know that. So they can very easily compare whatever work Inouye has done to Hernandez in sparring and extrapolate that to what Junto is or isn't doing. And here we go, the scorecards. UD Junto. Hernandez didn't argue. He applauded the decision. I heard a 118-110 score, though. No, sir. Winner unanimous decision. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Inouye should just go on and move up, dog. I mean, the money will still be there, but shows guys at 22 are no joke. No, it's a different animal. These ain't bantamweights. These are super bantamweights. Yeah, they ain't no joke. It's a whole new ball game. These ain't flyweights, super flyweights, bantamweights, bruh. You were in a whole nother league. Good fight. I would love to get Hernandez's thoughts having sparred Inouye now and then fought Junto. Yeah, Junto's right eye is fucked up. Looks like it's cut and swollen. God damn. Oh, well. Just shows how great Inouye is, even getting dropped, but hardly getting hit after those knockdowns. Right. He has his bad moment, and then almost by the next round, he's made the adjustment. And he maintains his aggression. Yeah, a little bit of the luster has been taken off of Inouye Nakatani. It went from a fight where it's like, Nakatani might be able to beat him. Might. So now it's like, yeah, he ain't finna beat Inouye. He's not going to beat him. He's not going to beat him. Good fighter, great fighter. This isn't to diminish Nakatani at all. He's still the 3-weight world champion. Soon as Inouye moves up, Nakatani's probably going to rule 122. Or, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Him and Hernandez would have to fight again for damn sure. If Inouye leaves the division, I want to see Nakatani Hernandez again. Not 4 sure, 5 sure. Hernandez didn't win the fight, but he won the event. Your fighters, very rarely do you remain stagnant after a fight. You're either going up or down. Either going up or down. Hernandez lost, but his arrow's pointing up. Nakatani won, but his arrow's diminishing, pointing down a bit. I hate it for him. This was supposed to be a showcase. And what was showcased is that he ain't ready for Inouye and may never be ready. And because of this fight, Junto's, he's already on the lower tier of the top 10 and 7, 8, 9 range. He won't drop off the list. He's still one of the 10 best fighters in the world. Don't get it twisted. But this may lower his ranking, which, let's say Inouye went ahead and fought him in May anyway. Inouye. That win won't mean as much for Inouye's legacy. It will in Japan, but on the world scene, globally, to boxing fans not in Japan, we're going to be like, well, shit, but hell, Hernandez arguably beat Nakatani in his last fight. So, of course, Inouye beats him. But all in all, this is why we fight the fights. This is why we fight the fights. So, nice work, Sebastian Hernandez. You've introduced yourself to the boxing world. Yeah, Nakatani hit him with his best shit. A looping left hook right on the chin and rocked him, but he was still right there. And that was an early punch that Junto landed. Once Hernandez acclimated, it was shit. It was off to the races. Yeah, they're showing a montage of Junto landing his best shit. Uppercuts. Right hands. One fight left. All that, and we still got one fight left, boys and girls. Still got one fight left, boys and girls. My dude, my bruh, my Tomodachi, NAOYA INOUE, against Alan David El Rey Picasso. Total punches thrown, 837 to 921. Wow, old boy landed more power shots, 247 to 226. Nakatani out-jabbed him 71 to 26. Nakatani closed the punch gap a little bit. It was damn near 200 punches he was out-thrown by. He closed that gap some. Anyway, we'll go on the patio and do what I do before we get to this main event. Well, let's see. They're showing the fighters. Inouye got on black gloves, gray and black trunks. Picasso looked like he got on white gloves, white trunks, black trim. All right, they're still hitting mitts. We'll go to the patio real quick, do what I do. Ew. Enjoy the wall. Enjoy the decoration. I'll be right back. Gotta get me another beer, go smoke real quick. They're showing commercials and shit. We'll be back with you once they start the ring walks. The ring walks. Hold up. All right. We got a main event coming up. A main event. A main event. Inouye Picasso. My last prediction didn't come off so hot. I had Nakatani in 5 or less. He ended up winning a unanimous decision. Let's see, Mark. Just shows how great Inouye is, even getting dropped but hardly getting hit after those knockdowns. Still will be a big fight next year, but Inouye versus Fulton as first 122 fight shows levels. Absolutely it does. Because, hell, Fulton never fought at 22 again. So he was a big 22-pounder about to be on his way out. And like you said, Inouye's first fight at the weight class. Yeah, that's a very good point, Mark. There's no comparison in the first fights. This dude was a unified champion when Inouye fought him. Yeah. Whereas Nakatani's fighting a dude undefeated, tough, but no hardware, no recognizable names on his resume. You just revealed to me that he was an Inouye sparring partner. I didn't even know that. I'll be using that tidbit for future reference. Thank you, sir, for mentioning it. But yeah. Nakatani's first fight at Super Bantam versus Inouye's first fight at Super Bantam, no comparison. No comparison. And at least globally, Inouye versus Nakatani has lost some luster. Again, it went from a fight where you could make a case for Nakatani. You could make a case for Nakatani, but now you really can't. You can't, you know. You want to give a puncher's chance. Hey, this tall, lanky dude, southpaw, Inouye got dropped. It's a puncher's chance. But now, I wouldn't even give Nakatani that over Inouye. This has to be old footage. Unless they made Inouye re-glove. They're showing Inouye with his T-shirt on and both of his hands are unwrapped. I don't know what's up with that. If this is in real time, there appears to be some commission-looking dude pointing at his hands. Maybe we got a hand-wrapping controversy. I don't know. Or maybe that was earlier in the day because Inouye had a shirt on and all that shit. Yeah, I think it was for Goodman. It makes you wonder. So, for one, from my matchmaking days, I get why, on one hand, I get why Nakatani's people would take a guy who they know was sparring with, they got him to rewrap. Okay, it happened before. Good, because I was finna say they're going to delay us by shit a good 30 minutes to rewrap. Then he's got to re-warm up, hitting the mitts and shit, get adjusted to the new wrappings. Okay, that was before. Forget what I was saying, my train of thought. But, oh, yeah. It's a double-edged sword. You know, Inouye sparred this dude, so now you're going to fight him. Now that the fight didn't go quite like you wanted, you know, then you can second guess and say, we probably shouldn't have took this guy that Inouye sparred. And I wonder, from Nakatani's own perspective, in his head, if he still wants that Inouye smoke. He don't look ready. To say you still want it, yes, but if you still want it next, it almost seems like a cash out. You know that's going to probably be the biggest money fight you ever see. Certainly in Japan. I don't know. It would almost reek of a cash out coming on the heels of that. And again, there's no, other than financial, there's no incentive for Inouye to stay there. I'm sure making 22, he ain't said it's been difficult, but getting up there in age, it's not going to become any easier to make 22. I don't know, man. We got more questions than answers. Usually the fights provide answers. In this case, we got more questions. We got more questions. What's up with that? The main event. There you go. Lego. Let's get on with the get on. Inouye 32, Picasso 25, Inouye 5'5", Picasso 5'8", Inouye 121.5, Picasso 121.1. Both men undefeated. Inouye 31-0, 27 KOs. Picasso 32-0-1 with 17 KOs. So yeah, let's do it. Junto wanted to put on a show, but his power didn't look devastating anymore, at least yet. That's why Inouye usually has 7-8 fights before moving up. I personally would have liked Junto to fully unify the bantamweight division. And he was only like 2 fights away. Now, would Inouye have hung out? In my mind, I saw, and this is based on Rudy Hernandez, for one, I heard him mentioning a possible Rafael Espinosa fight early this year, early 2025. He was talking about that. So that told me, okay, Junto, he's going to move up pretty quick. Go on and clean up bantamweight. You're 2 fights away. Move up, get whatever title at 22. I thought him and Inouye would meet at 26, maybe in 2027. Was how I saw it in my mind playing out anyway. But, they want to abbreviate it. They want to do it quicker. Either way, Inouye hanging out at 22 just didn't seem or sound right to me. And with Nakatani's frame and the way Rudy Hernandez was talking, I thought, yeah, I could see Nakatani Inouye fighting in 2027 at 126 pounds. I see they coming out with the fancy entrance. We got the samurai swordsman, drums. I'm not mad at the showmanship. Yeah, his power did not look devastating anymore. At least yet. I mean, first fight at the weight. Still obviously not settled in. I don't know that his power could get devastating by May of 2026, though. Not without some enhancement, shall we say. Michael Buffer. It's a good job. You can show up. Whole motherfucking fight card going on. I'm just doing the main event. I'm doing one fight. Now, I remember back in the day, I think he used to get $50K every time he spoke the words, "Let's get ready to rumble." I don't know if that's still the case or if he's making even more than that. I mean, probably more than $50K per outing. You're not going to fly him to fucking Saudi Arabia and shit and give him $50,000. I wouldn't think. Surely at least triple digits. At least 100K, 150K. Depending on how big the card is, I wonder if he's ever gotten 500K, $500,000 for one night. Main event coming up, boys and girls. Main event coming up. Buffer is in the ring, but no fighters nor their people are in the ring. Hell, I don't know. We might even get an anthem or two. I'm not sure. They do anthems and shit. I'm stepping back on the patio. Oh, Junto. He got the win, though. You got the win. I take an ugly win over a pretty loss. Would you rather be Junto or Sebastian Hernandez, whose stock increases, his stock rises, but his undefeated record is gone? Walking to the stage, Alain David Picasso. He's looking a little, I won't say nervous, but he don't look as comfortable and confident as he had been all fight week. I think it's kind of hit him. It kind of hit him like, oh shit, I'm for real. There's the goddamn ring, and I'm really walking to the ring to fight this badass motherfucker right here on this poster. Oh my Lord. Picasso is in the ring. I think he's too long and wiry. He doesn't look strong. There's a lot of him to hit. He's another high guard dude. That body is going to be available. He doesn't have much power. He doesn't really use his height or range from what I've seen. He likes to get off in close quarters. That's suicide against Inouye. When you don't have much power anyway, you're a taller guy, long-ass torso, you don't want to stay inside with Inouye. And during fight week, Inouye was talking about showcasing his strength and power difference. His old man didn't like it. Shingo was talking about, yeah, let's not necessarily look for the knockout. Of course, a trainer, you want your fighter to be more measured and shit, not put yourself at risk. And we know Inouye, he gets wet. He dances in the rain, and as such, he gets wet. I think he could afford to get wet, so to speak, with Picasso. Especially coming on the heels of a decision. Inouye hates nothing more than going the full 12 rounds. So to have done that in just his last fight, yeah, he's looking to kickstart a whole new knockout streak. Back to Inouye Nakatani. It'll be interesting to see if Nakatani gets in the ring after Inouye's fight. Most of his other fights, whoever his next opponent is, they'll bring him in the ring for photo ops and shit. It'll be interesting to see if they do that with Nakatani with his fucked up right eye and shit. I'm getting an anthem look. I think we got some anthems coming. Yeah, we do. Shit, I'm going to the patio, man. Going to the bathroom. Be right back, y'all. They doing anthems and shit. All right. Anthem's over. Ref Raul Caiz Jr. I can't think of any controversial fights he's been a part of. And that's a good ref when you don't notice him or He don't have a track record of fuckery. Those are the type of refs you want. Just, you know, police the action, but stay out the goddamn way. Keep it clean, but don't make it about you. That's reffing in any sport. No one goes to a sporting event to check out the refs and shit unless you're related to one of them. Like, wow, you reffed an amazing game, sir. Can I get a selfie? No one does that. El Rey, Alan David del Barrio Bravo de Tepito, Mexico. I read that he's studying to be a neurosurgeon, and he looks like it. If I were to visualize a neurosurgeon, it wouldn't look unlike Alan David El Rey Picasso. It would not. I've been on almost 2 hours. You go, Reed. I don't do long live streams typically. But you get a 12-round fight followed by a main event. Shit happens. Naoya Inoue. My dude. My bruh. My Tomodachi. Naoya Inoue. Still not feeling the hair color. It makes him look older. He looks like his father's brother. He don't look like his father's son right now. He looks like his father's younger brother. You look like a 38-year-old super bantamweight. You can fight like a motherfucker, though. It don't matter how you look, ultimately. Let's get back to the blondish look. Hell, let's go, natural black for a change. But I don't like that particular color on Inouye. Not that hair. Got them killer eyes. Picasso was a lot taller, bigger. He's filled out since the weigh-in, obviously. Here we go, round one. Round one about to begin. Inouye usually starts pretty quickly. He likes to chin check in the first round. Ding, round one. Picasso meets him at center ring, high guard. He's walking into Inouye a little bit. Inouye seemed a little thrown off, like, okay, you really gonna stand there, motherfucker, with your big ass, this big ass target? Inouye's observing right now. He's not used to not having to necessarily start the action to begin. Now he's flat-footed and jabbing, Inouye. Darting side to side, looking for an angle. Picasso just got his gloves high and tight and just wading in. Didn't throw nothing. Backed Inouye to the corner and fired to the body. So he's standing there aggressively, Picasso, but he's not throwing. Now Inouye's feinting at him to get him to open up. Inouye's like, if you're going to stand here like this and walk towards me, then goddamn it, throw first. Jabs from Picasso. I can feel a big counter coming, especially if he continues to jab. If Picasso jabs, he's throwing very tentative jabs, but he's almost like he just wants to get this shit over with. Picasso, that is. Like, whatever it is, it is. He wants to fuck around and find out. The very first headshot will tell us a lot here. Picasso flinching on every feint. Them gloves are glued to his head, though. Inouye just jabbing. Jab to the body, Inouye. He's just studying Picasso right now. That body, he's wide open for left hooks to the body, Picasso. High and tight, kind of like Hernandez was doing in the first fight, in the previous fight. Inouye just jabbing, bouncing. He just missed with a sweeping left hook to the body. Inouye did. Jab, Picasso. He's a long dude, too. Good right hand, Picasso. Inouye didn't like that, so he immediately answered back with a flurry. Round one over. Picasso fighting more aggressively than he needs to. He's going to pay for it pretty soon. He'll regret it, probably in the very next round. Round one, tough round to score. I could call it even. Picasso, he did land, looked like he landed a good right hand, or Inouye might have caught it on his shoulder. I couldn't quite tell, but Inouye responded to the shot immediately, which tells me it probably landed. And in the course of responding, he got off more. So I'd give one to Inouye or even call it even. Picasso fought well that round. Jab, right hand, Inouye, okay, to the head. He's already gotten Picasso's attention. Picasso's face is already very red. He just got pieced up with some head shots, and now he's pissed off. Here we go. Let's fight then. Inouye just went to town with two left hooks to the body. Picasso tried to catch him with an uppercut and right hand that missed. Now Inouye standing at close range, both gloves. Picasso tried to move Inouye and couldn't. He may be smaller, but he's stronger, motherfucker. Picasso trying to force him backwards. You know how they get up close, try to impose your strength, and he can't budge Inouye. Ooh, good right hand, Inouye. Good counter right hand. Yeah, Picasso didn't like that. And now you can see Picasso dipping to the side, them body shots. Yeah, he's feeling them. Inouye just forearming him away. He's a lot stronger. And Picasso's giving his height away. He's shrinking. Good right hand, Picasso. He's shrinking to Inouye's height, which ain't good. Inouye just hurt him with a right hand over the top, made him back up. Picasso responds with a right. He's Mexican tough. He may be a goddamn neurosurgeon, but he is Mexican tough. I'm going to give Picasso that already. He's getting his ass whooped. He ain't going 5 rounds or even 4 rounds. I can't see. He's tough, though. Inouye patient, letting him get off, and then boom, landing big counters. He's just so much sharper, more accurate, harder puncher. Less movement, less work from Inouye, but more impressive results. They both trade jabs. Right hand, Picasso. Tighten that defense up, Inouye, just a little bit. He's taking the shots well, but he's getting wet again. He's too focused on his offense. Jab. Another right hand, Picasso. Inouye holding the phone and blocks a left hook. Left hook, Inouye. Picasso responds with a flurry. They trade left hooks. Good round too. Inouye chin checked him early in the second, but Picasso responded well towards the end of the round. Inouye's round. Inouye's round. He's a tough-ass neurosurgeon. Let me give him that. Jab to the body, jab upstairs, right hand, left. Anyway, just unleashed like a 7-8 punch flurry. They're showing replays of it. Picasso, he immediately reddened up. As soon as he started letting his hands go and landed, wow, just red everywhere. They meet center ring. Picasso is not going to use his height at all. He's dipped to Inouye's level. Motherfucker had 4 or 5 inch height advantage and is using it at not at all. Left hook Inouye. Inouye's doing a lot of waiting. There we go. Let's get off. If nothing else, jab his ass. Picasso is a lot bigger, like significant, not just taller, but bigger. Not as strong, though. His reach to Inouye's reach. Good jab, Picasso. Inouye looking to counter off the ropes. Another body head combination from Inouye. Coming up and under with uppercuts. He's trying to loop around the high guard of Picasso with the right hands. Ooh, he just missed with a left hook. Inouye did. Inouye opening up with both hands. Picasso responds with body shots. Jab, uppercut, Inouye. These Mexicans are tough, man. I was chief among those counting them out. I said these were showcases. Picasso's at least coming to fight. He's more game. He's more game after 3 rounds than MJ was in 12. Three rounds in the book. Inouye chin checked him in the second. He kind of let Picasso get back into the fight in the third round. No, y'all gonna make another prediction of mine look bad? I said Inouye in 4 or less. And we're heading into the 4th. Alexander Usyk in the building. I am very filled. Thank you to those of you who have tuned in. Round 4. Inouye forcing Picasso on his back foot. Got Picasso to the ropes for the first time. Jab, uppercut, Inouye. He still seems to be waiting for Picasso to lead more. There's long stretches where they're both just standing there kind of looking at each other, neither man throwing. Good body shot, Inouye. Not easy working through that long-ass reach. Even when Inouye's moved his head, some of them jabs are still getting in just because Picasso is such a long man. Right hand Picasso over the top. Right hand, left hook, Inouye. Jabs. Inouye back to the ropes. Looking to counter. Good right hand off the ropes from Inouye. Picasso sneaking in shots though. Boop, boop, just here and there. He's touching him. It's kind of a weird fight. Inouye's work rate isn't what we're accustomed to seeing. And yet Picasso, he's leading with his body, but his presence is there, but he's not just throwing all the time. So he's not always leading, which has Inouye in a spot where, like, are you leading or not? It's like he's almost wondering if Picasso's going to lead or not. It seems like he wants Picasso to lead. He would rather Picasso lead so he can counter. And Picasso is picking and choosing when to do so, which is making for weird pacing of the fight. Like, Inouye's in control, but he's not necessarily doing whatever he wants to do. Once again, they just stand there kind of both with a high guard looking at each other. I wouldn't be surprised if Inouye starts showboating soon, just as another way, which he'll do. If a guy isn't opening up to his liking, Inouye will start to showboat and shit. He was doing feints at him earlier. And it's not that Picasso isn't opening up at all ever. He's just picking and choosing when to do so. Good left hook from Picasso. Inouye didn't like that, and then he steps on the gas. As soon as Picasso does something, then Inouye wants to immediately respond. It's when Picasso puts Inouye in a position to initiate that there's kind of a strange lull of action. Inouye's legs are much bigger. His calves are. Good right hand over the top of Picasso's jab and another. Aside from round two, Picasso hadn't been in any trouble whatsoever. And even then, it was mild trouble in round two. Yeah, I was way off on my predictions for this card. It's definitely a pace or a tempo that Picasso would like. He's sitting there thinking to himself, I just went 4 rounds with Naoya Inoue. I just went 5 rounds with Naoya Inoue. That's confidence building. When everybody was telling you you're going to get killed, when people in your own corner, probably your loved ones, is kind of side-eyeing you or doing Hail Marys and shit for you because they are concerned. And then here you are, you're living to tell about it. That can't do nothing but give you confidence. I'd like to see Inouye lead more and force Picasso on his back foot. Round 6. And on cue, he comes out, forcing Picasso on his back foot. Hard jabs, then a flurry. Then he just walks off of Picasso. Now he starts showboating with his arms a little bit. Double hooks. Stab upstairs or stab downstairs, then up. Little shoulder roll. He ain't rolled him, but he's in position to if he needs to. Right cross to the body. They trade jabs. They trade jabs again. Right hand by Picasso. They trade body shots. Nice body work from Inouye. Picasso didn't like that. Nice flurry by Inouye. He's definitely taken control of this round. The fight was kind of hanging in a weird balance for a couple rounds. He's like, no, fuck that. It's me. I'm the controller. More good body work from Inouye. Picasso is kind of starting to show some wear, some tear. He wasn't as vibrant, as lively. Going to the restroom between rounds. I shall return. I'm back. Round 7. Surely we're not going to see back-to-back distance fights from Naoya Inoue. Surely not. Coppinger is giving Inouye every round. I can't argue with that. It hasn't been an archive performance thus far. Inouye is playing the counter lead game. I'll counter now. I'll lead now. Instead of like a concerted attack one way or the other. I'm sure his old man is happy. You know, it's more of a boxing performance. That's what he wanted all along, Shingo. Picasso in the corner. There was just an opening for a right hook to the body with Picasso on the ropes, and Inouye didn't throw it. Inouye just missed with a big right hand. Double, triple, quadruple jabs from Inouye. Inouye holds the stick and then fires a right hand. Now it's like Picasso isn't opening up, but Inouye won't step on the gas. Again, very, very weird pacing to this fight. I think Picasso has offered about all he's got in terms of putting forth the effort of trying to win, per se. I think he's done all he can to this point. Inouye just hasn't mashed on the gas completely. Almost like he wants to get some rounds in, which he might. He might want to get some rounds in. Here we are, round 8. But having said he wanted to show his strength and power edge, we've seen it in small increments around here, and then 2 or 3 rounds of nothing, and then another round here of it, but not a sustained power display. I don't know if a hand is hurt. Yeah, the edge and punches thrown is decisive in Inouye's favor now. Power landed jabs. Picasso's he's looking to just go the distance now. He knows he can't win it. He's seen and felt enough to know he can't win it. The onus is on Inouye to get him out of there. Don't let this man make 12 rounds. One thing you've never done is have back-to-back distance fights. Inouye doing some showboat now, hands at his sides as he stalks. It ain't quite, we ain't reached Paul Butler territory just yet, but it ain't far off, it don't seem. And then Picasso sneaks in a jab. Good left to the body from Inouye. Left hook Inouye. That guard has come down some. He's been beating his body up for several rounds, bringing that guard down. He may be priming him for a headshot in the next round or so. Because Picasso's guard, it was not quite as high as Sebastian Hernandez's, but it was about here. Now it was about here in that last round. Man, it's 8 o'clock. I've been live streaming for 2.5 hours. This is for sure my longest live stream. We're on the brink of 2 12-rounders. I've never done that before. It's cool, though. I predicted 2 KOs. So in that sense, I'm kind of bummed. But shit, getting my money's worth. Inouye doesn't look tired at all as we go into round 9. on his front foot. Picasso stands his ground somewhat, but Picasso hasn't forced the issue in terms of with his legs and body stepping to Inouye. He hadn't done that for several rounds, probably 4 or 5 rounds now, since he's actively stepped to Inouye. Now he's kind of retreating sheepishly from the high guard. He's long enough, Picasso is, to still touch Inouye when he thinks he's out of range. When he's normally out of range with most opponents, Picasso's long enough to still, boop. He's not hitting him with anything hard, but he's able to touch him still. And that extra length, he's not using his height at all, but the arm length, you know, it's a bit of a puzzle. It's requiring more thought from Inouye than he or certainly me would have imagined. And it's not a problem. It just leads to a longer fight, more rounds, less excitement. That's the byproduct of it. Picasso ain't won a round, to be clear. But he's hanging in there. Attaboy. He's hanging in there. Attaboy. Good right hand, Picasso. Nothing on it, but it landed. He's just sitting on the ropes now, Picasso. It's almost like Inouye wants to torture him. He's hitting him just hard enough here and there to where Picasso is clearly feeling it. But he won't just go all the way in with another 6, 7, 8 punch flurry and end this shit. I feel like Inouye could end it if he just mashed on the gas 1 or 2 more good times. Good body shot. Yeah, Picasso didn't like that one. He's a tough, skinny dude. He's a tough-ass neurosurgeon. I give him that. I give him that. Excuse me. I don't see any marks on Inouye as we head into round 10. Back-to-back distance fights. To me, that would clearly signal slippage in Inouye. Some have wondered, is he slipping? Is he the same? You know, guys, 30s is when heavyweights mature. It's the opposite for lower weight guys. They don't age well. And I only say this because the first time it dawned on me that Roy Jones wasn't quite the same or was slipping was when he had bad back-to-back type of fights. Most people would be like, oh, yeah, when he lost to Tarver, of course, he wasn't the same no more. Or when he struggled with Tarver the first time. No. I'm telling you specifically, and I forget the order, but it was Eric Harding, Derek Harmon. or it was Derek Harmon, Eric Hardy. When Roy fought those two guys back to back for the first time in his whole career, it was just kind of all right. He beat both guys. Hell, he stopped Harding. Harding had a torn bicep muscle, and Roy was beating his arm up and shit. So they stopped that fight in the 11th round, if I'm not mistaken. But it wasn't like a scintillating. It wasn't an archival Roy Jones performance. If I were to think of 20 fights, hell, 30 fights of Roy's that I would say, yeah, watch this fight. The Harding fight and the Harmon fights wouldn't have been among those 30 Roy Jones fights that I recommended to someone. But yet he won them. It wasn't the fact that Roy had an off night. You're going to have an off night. It was the fact Roy had two just kind of all right nights in succession, back to back. That's when it dawned on me, Roy might be slipping. And here with Inouye, you know, he ain't looking bad at all. He's just not like, wow, oh my God. Yeah, that's the second best fighter in the world. Or that's probably the best fighter in the world pound for pound. It ain't been one of them performances. Coming on the heels of the fight with MJ, which was just all right. Through no fault of Inouye's, but normally his opponent's tactics don't matter. You want to fight me toe-to-toe or you want to try to survive, I'm not going to allow you to do so. You know. Even Paul Butler got stopped. And round 10 is over. Going the distance in back-to-back fights for a guy that just don't go the distance like that. That's not what Inouye does. I think that would be a pretty clear sign, indication that he's starting to dip. And because of that, does he rush to 126? Does he just say, hey, fuck it? Because, hell, here he is against Picasso. Clearly the smaller man. Clearly the smaller man. So do you then go up the additional weight? You're going to go up them extra 4 pounds? Fight even bigger dudes? Inouye bouncing on his toes in front of Picasso with his hands at his sides. Jabs, right hands from Inouye. He just slapped Picasso with 2 left hooks. I mean, Inouye isn't really trying to knock this guy out. He isn't. Again, I don't know if something's up with one of his hands. He's throwing both hands, but the volume of punches isn't there. And just that asshole in him to just want to hurt, I ain't seen it to the same degree. I ain't seen it. Like the idea of going 12 rounds would typically offend NAOYA Inoue. He'd be like, no, fuck, you don't deserve to go 12 rounds with me. That would be his aura. That would be that's the vibe that you would get in Inouye fights. You're not going 12 with me. Get the fuck out of here. But now and throughout this fight, it seems as if you could tell wouldn't even really be bothered by that. At least that's how it seems. Oh, it goes 12. Okay, I'm not going to lose a round, and we go 12. Okay. Good body shot. Or maybe he's hit Picasso with his best shit, and Picasso just a tough-ass neurosurgeon. I don't know. Either way, we're at the tail end of round 11, and this has all the makings of another 12-rounder. I would have bet 2 weeks' pay at work that if you had said, yeah, Nakatani's fight and Inouye's fight both going the distance, bullshit. Ain't no way. Both of them the distance? Hell no. I would have bet neither. But you telling me both go the distance? No. I'd have said, no, neither one of them are. And for sure, at least one of them going. Somebody get knocked the fuck out. Not so much. Not so much. Anyway, breathing out his mouth. Last round, they got the ice on his chest. Back-to-back distance fights. Picasso's forehead is very red and marked up. Twelfth and final round, boys and girls, or boys and boys. Didn't have two 12-round fights in the books. Coppinger is giving Inouye every round, of course. He's winning the fight handily. It's just how he's winning, which is surprising. It might even sound like I'm nitpicking. Guys won the first 11 rounds, and I'm talking about their signs of slippage. I did the same shit with Roy Jones, though. I'm consistent. And back to that Roy Jones point, after he beat Harding and Harmon in back-to-back fights, and I thought I saw slippage, the Tarver fight wasn't that long after that. He moved up, beat Ruiz within a fight or two after those two I mentioned. Then he moved back down, which he never should have done. He moved back down to light heavyweight after gaining all that heavyweight muscle. And that killed Roy Jones. Moving back down. Last minute of the fight. We're going to get him out of there or no, anyway. They trade left hooks. Picasso brave now. He smells the finish line. I went the damn distance with NAOYA Inoue. Good body shot from Inouye. Picasso trading with him. Inouye closing out the round with body shots. He battered him to the body towards the end of that 12th round. Picasso's people cheering that he made it, like the Rocky movie. You couldn't knock me out. You couldn't knock me out. Damn, Inouye, back-to-back distance fights, man. Maybe he can't turn it on and off as much or as readily. There's more questions than answers. Does he move up to 26? If he's not having trouble making 22, should he just stay at 22? Has he maxed out in terms of how high he should go? He seemed almost bored in there at times. And if that's the case, then yeah, he needs to move up and challenge himself. Nice left hook from Picasso. He had no power. He didn't even see that left hook coming anyway. He took it well. Good body shot. Yeah, Picasso did not like that. He damn near folded him with that body shot. Unanimous decision. Shit, 118, 110, or whatever. No, whatever. When you get all 12 of them, shit, I ain't doing that goddamn math. 120 to 108 or some shit. All 3 cards. There was no 10-8 rounds or nothing, but he won every goddamn round. We'll get the verdict and get on out of here. I want to thank y'all for joining me for the NAOYA INOUE versus Picasso, JUNTO NAKATANI versus Hernandez live stream, narrated by REED-BBS. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe, comment. Remember, sharing is caring. In fact, love tap and or bitch slap that like button for you, boy. Should he stay or should he go? Either way, that is. Should he stay at 22? Should he go up to 26? Ding, ding, ding. $119, $109, $120, $108, $117, $111. All for Inouye. $117, $111. You trying too hard, Judge. Inouye retains titles. And still undisputed super bantamweight champion of the world is Nakatani in the ring. Are y'all still hyping May 6th? The luster has been the shine has been dulled on Nakatani versus Inouye globally. Like Mark, like you said, this is going to be big in Japan regardless. But the worldwide clamor for the fight, I still watch it. I'll still live stream it. But we had 2 just aight performances from Nakatani and Inouye. And this was supposed to be a showcase. But yeah, thank you for joining me. may do a live stream for Teofimo Shakur. I'll let you know before we get to that fight. Thank you for rocking with your boy, REED-BBS. Peace. God bless.